It was supposed to be a quiet night, a peaceful reprieve after a grueling week. I had planned to unwind, perhaps sip a drink, and forget about the stresses of the last few days. But as soon as she walked in, I felt an undeniable shift in the air. Lisa, my wife, had always been the epitome of grace, a woman with a calm, gentle spirit that never seemed to waver. Tonight, though, something was off. I couldn't place it, but the moment she stepped through the door, I knew it. She walked in with quick, light steps, and her smile, strange, almost too wide, caught me off guard. It was unervingly confident, as though she had just triumphed in a game I wasn't aware of. I had just come back from picking up dinner, expecting to find her relaxed at home after a long day. But instead, she seemed different, like she hadn't even been in the house. "Hey, babe," she greeted me casually, but the tone of her voice, it wasn't the same. It felt detached, almost rehearsed. She brushed past me, heading straight for the kitchen without so much as a second glance. "Lisa?" I called out, the unsettling feeling growing in my chest. "Where were you?" She didn't answer immediately. Instead, she opened the fridge, pulled out a bottle of wine, and poured herself a glass, her movements deliberate, as though she had done this 1,000 times before. That smile of hers never wavered. It stayed frozen in place, an eerie smirk that didn't match the situation at all. "I was out with some friends," she finally said, her voice dismissive. But I could tell by the way she said it, too quickly, too nonchalant, that she wasn't being honest. The more I watched her, the more I sensed it. Something wasn't right. The way she held herself, the smirk on her lips, the unnatural ease with which she poured herself another glass of wine. It was all wrong. I felt it deep in my gut, a gnawing suspicion that refused to go away. This wasn't just an innocent night out. There was something more, something buried beneath the surface. And then, before I could stop myself, the word slipped out, raw and sharp. "Did you sleep with someone else tonight?" For a moment, everything froze. She stopped mid-motion, the glass of wine halfway to her lips. Her eyes flickered with shock, but only for a brief second. That expression, that familiar smirk, quickly returned. She set the glass down on the counter, her eyes locking onto mine with defiant gleam, daring me to challenge her. "What?" She laughed, the sound hollow, lacking any real humor. "You think I'm the kind of person who would do that?" The silence stretched between us, thick with tension. My heart was pounding in my chest. My mind raced. Was I imagining it? Could it really be true? I stared at her, my gaze unflinching. "I know what happened, Lisa," I said quietly, each word heavy with meaning. "You were out with him tonight. You were out with him, and I know you slept with him." She didn't flinch. She didn't try to deny it. She simply stared at me, her eyes gleaming with something that could almost be described as amusement. It was like she was daring me to get angry, to scream, to beg for answers. But that wasn't what she was going to get. Not this time. "You think I'm going to cry over it?" I continued, my voice growing colder with each word. "You think I'm going to beg for your forgiveness like some pathetic fool?" She opened her mouth to respond, but I cut her off, my anger flaring up sharper than before. "You thought I wouldn't find out, didn't you?" I said, my voice steady but fierce. "You thought I wouldn't catch on, that I'd just keep pretending everything was fine. But it's not, Lisa, and you're not going to get away with it. Not this time." Her smirk faltered, and for the first time that night, I saw a crack in her facade. Her confidence, the carefully crafted image she had been wearing, began to crumble. "I don't know what you're talking about," she muttered, but her voice was shaky now, betraying the calm exterior she had so desperately tried to maintain. I wasn't going to let her lie to me anymore. "You think you can just walk in here, laughing like nothing's wrong after betraying me?" I said, my voice low, almost cold. "I'm done, Lisa. I want you to leave." Her eyes widened in disbelief. "What? You're serious? You're just going to throw everything away over one mistake?" "One mistake." I repeated, my frustration building. "This isn't just a mistake, Lisa. This is a choice. And now you're going to live with it." She stepped toward me, her hand outstretched as if she thought she could somehow fix this. But I held my ground. "No," I said firmly, my voice unwavering. "It's over. I can't keep pretending everything's fine while you do whatever you want. You're not going to walk all over me anymore. Her face crumpled as the realization of what was happening hit her. The bravado, the arrogance, all of it faded. She opened her mouth, but no words came out. The silence between us was heavy, uncomfortable. I want you to leave, I repeated, the finality of my words hanging in the air. It took her a moment to process, but eventually she nodded, the weight of the situation sinking in. Without a word, she turned and walked toward the door. Her steps were slow, hesitant, as if she were looking for a reason to stay. But there was nothing left to say. "I'm sorry," she whispered, the apology hollow, like a shadow of what it should have been. And just like that, she was gone. I stood there for a long moment, the silence in the house deafening. It was over. I had given her the reality check she so desperately needed. But more than that, I had given myself the closure I had been too afraid to seek. As I stood there, the weight of the evening still sinking in, I couldn't help but wonder, would she ever truly understand the gravity of what she had done? Or would she continue thinking she could get away with everything? One thing was certain. I wasn't the same man who would let her walk all over me. I wouldn't be that fool again.